First, the conversation.
Do you know where you put the grocery list?
On that envelope?
Yeah.
I think I put it in my junk drawer.
I checked there. I didn't see it.
Maybe it got mixed up in that pile of bills on the counter.
You think you put it there?
I might have.
All right, I'll look for it. I don't want to have to write that list up again. Do you know where you put the grocery list?
Do you know where you put the grocery list? Do you? These two words often reduce, and she's doing this here. They're said very quickly. Instead of do you, they become dia, with schwas instead of oo vowels. This allows us to say it just a little bit faster, and every little bit faster counts in American English. That's why we have these reductions, so that we can make these less important words said very quickly.
Do you know where you put the grocery list?
Do you know where you put the grocery list? So those are the most stressed words there, and they're the peaks of this swell in intonation throughout the line. Do you know where you put the grocery list?
Do you know where you put the grocery list? Do you know where you put the grocery list? Do you know where you put the grocery list?
So here I don't think she reduces the vowel of you. I think it's still the oo vowel. Where you. But along with where, it's flat in pitch, and it's said very quickly. Where you put the... We have a stop T here because the next word begins with a consonant. Put the grocery list.
Where you put the grocery list? Where you put the grocery list? Where you put the grocery list?
Grocery. So let's talk about this word a little bit. It can be pronounced 3 syllables, grocery. But most native speakers drop this middle syllable and it's just grosh, SH sound, grocery. Grocery. It's a tricky word because it has 2 R's in it. Grocery. But try that with me slowly. Grocery. Grocery. Grocery list.
Grocery list?
And the intonation of the word list goes up. It's a yes/no question.
Grocery list?
On that envelope?
So this conversation is actually like one I would have. A lot of my scripted conversations come out of conversations I've actually had in life. So when David and I make up our grocery list, one of us writes it down and then someone goes shopping. And I often write them on envelopes, a bill or something that comes that I know I'm not going to open or we don't care about. We'll just use it as scrap paper. So the guy who was doing voiceover work for me, who recorded this, doesn't know that. He didn't know the context. So he sort of emphasizes that more than I think he should have. I think it would be more natural to say, on that envelope, and to say that really quickly. He stresses it a little bit more.
On that envelope?
And he draws out the word on before, which makes the next word a little bit more important. On that envelope. If I was recording this, I would have said on that envelope, the list that I wrote on that envelope. At any rate, so he doesn't reduce the vowel, that envelope, on that envelope. And I wouldn't have either because of the way that is being used. We don't reduce the vowel in that when you could be like pointing as you're talking about it. That envelope, this envelope. So we don't reduce the vowel, but I would have said this word more quickly had I been recording it.
On that envelope?
The T connecting the 2 words is a flap T because it comes between 2 vowels. On that envelope. And again, his intonation goes up at the end because it's a yes/no question. He wants to make sure that we're on the same page, that we are talking about the same thing, the grocery list that we wrote on the back of an envelope.
On that envelope? On that envelope? On that envelope?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Up, down, shape of stress. Very quickly, said very quickly, but you still feel the shape. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I put it in my junk drawer.
I think I put it in my junk drawer. So when we hold out the word think like that, it's a way of showing we're not sure. I think so. That's like saying, yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive. I think I put it in my junk drawer.
Yeah.
I think I put it in my junk drawer.
So think stressed has a little bit more length. I think I put it in my junk drawer. And then junk is another swell in intonation there, another stressed word. I think I put it in my junk drawer.
I think I put it in my junk drawer. I think I put it in my junk drawer. I think I put it in my junk drawer.
Put it in. We have linking ending consonant to beginning vowel, 2 in a row here that make flap T's. Put it in. I put it in. I think I put it in. I think I put it in my junk drawer.
I think I put it in my junk drawer. I think I put it in my junk drawer. I think I put it in my junk drawer.
Now, I'm not really hearing the K. I think he's pretty much dropping it, junk drawer. Or maybe there's a little bit of a feeling of a stop, but it's definitely not junk drawer. That would be overpronounced. K is a stop consonant. The tongue moves into position, the back part of the tongue touching the soft palate, junk drawer. And then rather than releasing that, he just goes right into the next sound, which in this case is again a J sound. So DR, drawer. Drawer, it can be pronounced drawer, drawer, but most Americans make it a JR sound, drawer, drawer. So in IPA, it would be written drawer, So this is just like TR turning into a CHR, like in the word try. It's the same idea. DR ends up sounding like JR, drawer, junk drawer, junk drawer.
A junk drawer. A junk drawer. A junk drawer.
Drawer can be a challenging word because again it has 2 R sounds. Draw, drawer. So it has the aw as in law vowel, which when it's followed by R, draw, is not as open. The lips are more rounded and the tongue is maybe pulled a little further back. Now, I bet if I looked this up in IPA right now, I would see that there's actually a schwa here and that it's 2 syllables. That's okay. R is a syllabic consonant, which means it absorbs the schwa. So there's really no feeling of a schwa. It's just the R consonant. So you can treat this drawer just like the word more, which is just 1 syllable, but it's aw followed by R. Drawer, more, drawer, junk drawer.
A junk drawer. A junk drawer. A junk drawer.
I checked there. I didn't see it.
I checked there. Okay, so what's happening here? Well, first, let's talk about stress. I checked there. So it's all smoothly connected, and the stress is on the word checked. Now, what's happening to the ED here? The ED is pronounced as a T when it comes after an unvoiced consonant. In this case, we have the K. So, checked. But it's followed by the TH in there. And sometimes when T comes between 2 consonants, a native speaker will drop it. And that's what I hear her doing. I don't hear a T at all. I checked there. I checked there. To me, it sounds just like the present tense check. So it's not uncommon for this to happen. And as far as does it sound present tense or past tense, that doesn't really matter because we know they're talking about the past tense. So when you're working with the audio, just drop the ED. She has done that. When you will be imitating her, that's what you'll be imitating. I checked there. I checked there.
I checked there. I checked there. I checked there. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Little swell on didn't see it. And then more stress on the word see. All smoothly connected. I didn't see it. Didn't. How is that word pronounced?
I didn't see it.
To me, I don't really hear much of a stop at all. It's just like the T is totally dropped. I didn't see. Right from the N into the S sound with no break, no stop, no lift. I didn't see it. Here we have E, the E vowel linking into I, the I vowel. Smooth transition. See it. When you're linking these two sounds, you can feel like you're going through a Y consonant sound, which is written in IPA with the letter J. See it. See it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
And then she does a light release of a true T here at the end.
I didn't see it.
Maybe it got mixed up in that pile of bills on the counter.
Maybe it got mixed up. Maybe it got mixed up in that pile of bills on the counter.
On the counter.
I think those are the most stressed words in that thought group. Maybe it got mixed up. We have a couple stop T's here. Maybe it got, because in both cases the T is followed by a consonant. Maybe it got mixed. Maybe it got mixed up. Here the ED ending is pronounced as a T because the sound before was unvoiced.
Mixed up.
KS, mix, mixed up. And we definitely don't drop the ED ending, the T sound here, because it links into a word that begins with a vowel. And we link an ending consonant into a beginning vowel. It tends to strengthen that consonant, if anything. Mixed up, mixed up, mixed up, mixed up.
Mixed up in that.
Mixed up in that, mixed up in that. P ending consonant linking into beginning vowel. So we're not releasing the P and then making the vowel mixed up in, but mixed up in, pin. Lightly releasing the P into the vowel.
Mixed up in that. Mixed up in that. Mixed up in that.
In that, he doesn't reduce the vowel, but it sounds like he almost drops the TH in that pile. Mixed up in that pile.
Mixed up in that pile.
It's not an important word, so making that reduction makes him able to make it more quickly. So it's not unheard of to drop the TH in that. I've definitely noticed other people do it, and I've noticed that I do it sometimes too. The T here is another stop T because the next word begins with a consonant.
Mixed up in that pile of bills on the counter.
Pile of bills. Oh, don't we hate bills? Don't we hate piles of bills? Pile of bills. He takes the word of and he reduces it to just the schwa sound, so he drops the idea of the V altogether. This is common for this word. So now the schwa links the two words together. Pile of bills. Pile of bills.
A pile of bills. A pile of bills. A pile of bills on the counter.
Bills on the counter. So on the two unstressed words, two function words, said quickly, flat, lower in pitch and volume. Then counter, another stressed word. Notice he's dropping the T there. It's pretty common to drop the T when it comes after an N, like in the word center. A lot of people will pronounce that center. Or internet. A lot of people will pronounce that internet. Just dropping the T completely. That's what he does here with counter becoming counter. Counter.
A counter. A counter. A counter.
The counter is that surface that goes on top of the cabinets where, you know, you do all your chopping and all of your work that you need to do in the kitchen. When people are looking at buying a house or renting an apartment, counter space is always a big issue. You want something with good counter space so you can have your microwave out, your toaster, still have room to chop vegetables and this kind of thing. Counter space.
The bills on the counter. The bills on the counter. The bills on the counter.
You think you put it there?
You think you put it there?
The what?
That would be a terrible place to put a grocery list
On the counter.
mixed up in a bunch of bills. You think you put it there? think and there, both stressed. There goes up in pitch because it's the final word in a yes/no question.
You think you put it there?
You think you put it there?
The first you sounds to me more like yeah. You think. You think you put it there. The second one, I'm not sure if it's ya or you. I think it might be you. But at any rate, it's fast and it's different than think, which is stressed. You think ya. Both U's are lower in pitch there. You think you put it there.
You think you
Put it,
there?
put it. Again, we're linking these two words with a flap T.
You think
And this
you put
T
it
is a stop because the next word
think you
begins
put
with a
it there?
consonant.
You
Put it
think
there.
You
Put
think
it
you
there.
Put it there?
Put it there.
Put it there? Put it there? Put it there?
I might have.
I might have. I might have. I love this reduction. Okay, the smooth connection. I might have. We have one word that's most stressed. It's the peak. And the two other words fall into that same line, that same intonation. I might have. It's all smooth. So he drops the H in have, which means we're linking now with the flap T. I might have. And the vowel also reduces to the schwa. I might have. I might have.
I might have. I might have. I might have.
All right, I'll look for it.
All right, I'll look for it. Okay, all right. Then a little break. So she puts a stop T here. All right, all right. The L is said very quickly. It's a dark L, so do not bring your tongue tip up. All. That takes too much time. All right. All right. I don't even really make much of an L sound. I more just make an aw vowel like in law. All right. All right. You can totally get away with doing that and dropping the L. All right.
All right, all right, all right, I'll look for it.
I'll look for it. I'll look for it. I will. I'll sounds like all. I'll look for it. So the word for, she doesn't reduce it. Most people would reduce this most of the time. I'll look for it. But I think she's reading it like she's a little exasperated that the list has been lost. I'll look for it. So by being a little bit more dramatic there and making the words a little bit longer, it's like she's showing frustration. She's sort of accusing the other person of losing the list, but says she will look for it. I'll look for it. So that might be why she did not reduce the word for. But even though she didn't reduce it, I'll look for it. I'll look for it. It still falls into the same line of intonation on the way down like an unstressed syllable. And then she does a light release of a true T.
I'll look for it. I'll look for it. I'll look for it. I don't want to have to write that list up again.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. Okay, so want to becomes wanna. Have to becomes have to. So when we have ending in a V followed by T, it's really common to turn that into an F sound. Have to. Because T is unvoiced, therefore we make the V unvoiced, which is F. Have to. And that would become the schwa. So you could see it maybe written like this. Have to. But of course, I encourage students never to write these reductions. Write them as full words, but then say them as reductions. I don't want to have to. Try that with me. I don't want to have to.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to.
I don't want to have to.
I don't want to
I'm trying to decide if I think there's a little break here or not.
I don't want to.
Does she make a stop T very quickly or does she drop it altogether? I don't want to have to. I think she does a really small stop T, but you could get away with dropping it and just going with the energy forward to the N right into the W. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to write that list up again.
Write longer. Write that list up again. I don't want to have to write that list up again. Write that. We have a stop T. Write, because the final sound is a T, and the next word begins with a TH. You've probably noticed, but the W in this word is silent. write that,
Write
another
that.
stop T because the
Write
last sound in this
Mr.
word is a T and the next word begins with a consonant.
Mr.
Write that
Okay.
list. She doesn't reduce the vowel.
that,
This would be a
Mr.
case
Again.
where we don't, because it's like that list, this list. If you can point as you're talking about it, that list, then you don't want to reduce it, but you still want to say it really quickly. Write that list. And it does have that lower feeling. It's lower in pitch. Write that list, which is exactly what we want for an unstressed word.
Write that list. Write that list. Write that list up again.
Up again, up again. So here we have an ending ST cluster, and it's linking into a word that begins with a vowel. List up. So we do hear both the S and the T. List up. And then here we have an ending consonant linking into a beginning vowel. Up again, again, again. So we release the P right into the vowel. Again. List up again.
List up again. List up again. List up again.
Everything's smoothly connected, all part of the same line of intonation, no choppiness and no abrupt changes in pitch. Let's listen to the whole dialogue one more time.
Do you know where you put the grocery list?
On that envelope?
Yeah,
I think I put it in my junk drawer.
I checked there. I didn't see it.
Maybe it got mixed up in that pile of bills on the counter.
You think you put it there?
I might have.
All right, I'll look for it. I don't want to have to write that list up again.